Is Apple's M1 chip fast enough in 2022? I'm not just going to tell you in this video, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Maybe. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought long and hard about this video. How can I prove to people that the M1 chip is more than capable for 90% of the people out there in 2022? There's been millions of benchmark videos. They've been made 2,000 to 3,000 times. You can search for them on YouTube. You can find all benchmarks. But I wanted to do something different in this video, and I'm going to show you something that may blow your mind, may not, but it's going to prove my point, I promise you. The one caveat to this video is you do have to watch it all the way through. So if you kind of skip out or you get bored, you're going to miss the kind of, ooh, wow, that kind of moment. So I promise it's coming. And what I want to do is I just want to show you instead of tell you why this is good enough for 90% of the people. And I thought long and hard how I can do it. So stay with me in this video. Stay to the end. You're going to see what my kind of moment of truth is. And don't beat me up. I try to do different videos, and things like that. I don't want to do the same videos everyone has out there. I thought this is the best way to prove that an M1 chip is way more than capable in 2022. All right, so the way I'm going to start this video is I'm going to share my screen here. Again, check out my past videos. I just picked this up at the refurbished store. This is the blue 24-inch iMac. It's got the M1 chip. It's the base model. Doesn't even have the 8-core GPU. It's only got 7. So it's kind of the base standard. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to show you some basic tasks and how fast and how quick they are. And that's not going to be what the video is about, though. It's going to be after that. That's going to be that wow moment. So stay tuned for that. So first, I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to show you, just some basic things, opening browsers and stuff. You'll see how snappy this thing is. And then we'll come back and we're going to kind of show you, hey, my proof that this is fast enough for everybody, basically, except for maybe that 10% that does really professional work. Even me, I do browsing, I do YouTube videos. I have over 450 Apple-related videos online. This is fast enough for me. But first of all, let me just show you, and then I'm going to come back and give you that point that you all been waiting for. All right, here's my screen here. Now, before I get into this again, just stay with me. This is all going to make a lot of sense. Don't get bored by it because you want to wait for that moment in a second. So here we go. So let's just say I want to go ahead and browse the web. Let's see how responsive this system is for most people. Go down here, click on Safari. Safari opens up in 2 seconds. I want to go to Google. Look at this. I mean, this is super quick. Type in news, go like that. All these news stories come up. We're going to go to Google News. We'll just see. Everything loads in very quickly, very fast. There's no waiting, no stuttering, nothing. Look how fast this system is. It's pretty amazing. Click on Fox News here. We'll see what happens. Everything loads in. There's no stuttering on the images or nothing like that at all. Obviously, it depends on the internet connection a little bit, but you get the idea. Very, very quick. So we're going to go get out of Safari. Even more so, let's say I want to do some basic video editing. Here's iMovie down here. Watch how fast this uploads. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. 2 clicks, the whole thing's open. So can this thing do just 1080p editing? Let's check it out. Here's a 1080p video sample. I'm going to double click on this one. I have a timeline down here. You can see here's all the here's all the videos that I have in here. Look at the scrubbing on here. There's not a drop frame in the world, so you can definitely go through and scrub videos in 1080p, and it renders them very quickly. We're going to back out of this. Here's a 4K video edit as well. So let's go ahead and double click on this one. Can this system handle 4K video edits? Here's a big timeline as well. And we're going to go ahead and close this. Here's a big timeline. Look at this. Again, it can totally scrub this. No drop frames at all. You can see up here. I mean, maybe it looks like it to you because you're looking at it at a different, I'm only recording in a certain resolution, but there is no drops at all. I can verify that. So anyways, it can do 4K as well, video editing. I'm using iMovie, but just to kind of prove my point. Can it do it? Of course it can, so no problem there. And then finally, the last thing I want to show you is I want to do a document, opening up Pages. Look at that, 1 click, it's open instantly. Click on New Document. I'm going to go up to, let's just say, blank document. I'm in within this, 5 or 6 seconds. I'm in here and I'm typing, I'm creating my document. So I wanted to show you how fast this is to open up applications, browse the web, even do video editing. And this is all going to make sense here in a second. So let's go back to me being live. All right, I'm back. And why am I now sitting in between 2 iMacs? So I have my 24-inch iMac over here, the one from I just bought, and I have this one over here. Why am I sitting between both of them? Because would you be shocked to know that what I just showed you was not on my 24-inch iMac? That was a screenshot from my 2013, almost 10-year-old iMac right here, the 21.5-inch late 2013 iMac. That's how responsive this thing is 10 years from now. And this thing has a Geekbench 5 score of 756 for single core, 2553 for dual core or multi-core. This system over here has a 1716 single core score and a 7450 or 69 score on multi-core. I just showed you this one, and it was super fast enough for 90% of the users out there. It could do everything that you needed to do. Can you imagine how fast this one is? So let's just take a step back, and that's kind of what I wanted to prove in this video is, yes, the M1 is going to be way more than most people need, and don't sweat it. If you're thinking about getting this versus the M2, or you're worried about that little jump that they just came out with, and you're going to miss out on stuff, you could pick up a 2013 and still be fine. And that's just the beauty about Apple, especially iMacs. iMacs tend to be a lot more powerful than people give them credit for, even though you don't see a ton of them out in the wild. All right, so why did I make this video? Because I'm just sick of having all these benchmark videos out there when really you want to see how fast does something perform and is it going to be fast enough for you. Benchmarks really mean nothing to 90% of the users. There are 10% of the users out there that are what I call power users. They're using heavy Final Cut Pro and doing music production, and they need a system at least this fast, and they might even need faster systems, which Apple does have. The 14-inch, the 16-inch, obviously the Studio. You can pick those up if you need them. But for the rest of us, for everybody else, including myself, that actually does 450 videos on YouTube, this is fast enough, and I just proved it to you because I can do all that work on this one right here, and that's 10 years old, going on 10 years old. So the moral of the story is, without people totally going after me, is yes, there's people out there, and if you know you need this stuff, you know you need it, and you've proven it because you've done your workload and it's kind of struggling. But for the rest of us, it's not even a question if this is fast enough. It's not even a, is the M2 that much better? I mean, you don't even have to worry about that. That's like in your wildest dreams, a little bit of spike in performance isn't going to make any difference to most people. This is plenty of system, plenty of computer, and I didn't even show you this one. I only showed you this one over here to prove my point. And I guess that's the easiest thing to do, is you have to show somebody the reality of the situation. Benchmarks mean nothing. I mean, in reality, they do to some people, but when you're kind of opening up browsers and things like that and just daily workload, checking emails, it doesn't matter as long as the stuff's responsive to you and as long as it does what you need it to do and you love using the system. That's really all that matters at the end of the day, right? So go ahead, take a deep breath, pick one of these things up. It's going to be way more than you need. Try to get a sale like I did, $10.99 over here for this system. And I actually got this one. Check out a video on that for $148. So start here maybe, $148, update the OS. Just make sure you get an SSD on it, and that'll be the main thing that you need. Start here, work your way up, go to here, but they're both going to do what you need them to do for 90% of the people out there. And that's what the video is all about, is just relax, have fun with Macs. Stop, worrying about all these videos that come out with people like looking at if you're doing this and you're doing this, the thing's going to overheat. Nobody's doing that in most cases. There's a few people that are, and if they are, they know they are because they have enough knowledge to know. The rest of us, relax, enjoy, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.